whenever you think yourself not to possess the attributes of the Supreme Consciousness, that is when you commit violence against your own self. So what is non-violence here? So spiritual interpretation of non-violence means when you think yourself or when you perceive yourself to be the self. Here we have one small mantra, that is Shoham, Shoham. I am the self, I am the self. So this reminds us about our nature, our real nature. The real nature is that we are the self. According to him, he said, according to me, person who possesses these divine qualities, they are enlightened, they are liberated automatically. And the person who does not have this quality who does not have this divine quality, that is, when a person does not have a divine quality, he will have demonic quality. So if a person has demonic qualities, then the person will be binded, will be chained in this world. He has to come again and again. He has to, go through this cycle of birth and death again and again. So what does it mean that if a person possesses divine qualities? We all possess divine qualities. So then why are we studying these divine qualities? When we study these divine qualities, we become aware of this. We are not aware. We are unaware of the divine quality that is within us. And that is why, with delusion, with ignorance, we impose or we follow demonic qualities because of ignorance. So if we can lead a life with our divine qualities, then we will be enlightened. So that is why we are discussing about these divine qualities now. So in the last recording we had completed the first verse of this divine quality, that is Avayam Satya Sangshuddhi Jnana Yogam Vyavasthiti Danam Damascha Yagyascha Sraddhayastapa Ajavam. So Swaddhayastapa Ajavam. So now the second verse. The second verse says Ahimsa Satyam Akrodham Styaga Shantir Upaishunam Danam Damash Daya Bhuteshwa Aloluptam Mardavam Hila Chapalam. So this is the next verse. So the first one, Ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence. We have already discussed about Ahimsa in the last video. So you can just refer to that video. Just I have to add one thing. What is the spiritual interpretation of Ahimsa? Because in that last video we had said that Ahimsa means non-violence, non-violence in your speech, non-violence in your thoughts, non-violence in your action. Means when you speak or think or act, or when your actions or thoughts or speech does not hurt anybody, does not damage anybody, does not harm anybody, that is called non-violence. So here is one spiritual interpretation also of Ahimsa, that is when you think yourself to be non-self, when you cannot perceive yourself to be consciousness, when you cannot perceive yourself to be divine or to be enlightened or to be liberated, when you think that you are a name, you are a form, you are a human being, you have limitations, you have to go through this birth and death, you have a birth, you will have death. So when you think about these, which are not the qualities or the attributes of divinity, which are not the attributes of consciousness. So whenever you think yourself not to possess the attributes of the Supreme Consciousness, that is when you commit violence against your own self. So what is non-violence here? So spiritual interpretation of non-violence means when you think yourself or when you perceive yourself to be the self. Here we have one small mantra, that is Shoham, Shoham. I am the self, I am the self. So this reminds us about our nature, our real nature. The real nature is that we are the self. So if we don't perceive that, that is when we are committing violence with ourselves. So ahimsa. And then satyam. Satyam means truth. So what is truth? Speaking the truth is truth. Remaining in truth is truth. But speaking the truth to harm others is not truth. That is not truth. If you promise something to somebody, you have to keep that promise. That is truth. If you see that some injustice is done before your eyes, if you see that, then protesting that injustice is also truth. And supporting dharma is also truth. So this is truth. So ahimsa, satyam, akrodham. Krodha means anger. Akrodha means the mental, the mental state where you do not become angry about anything. You have patience. You are patient. You are calm. You are not angry. So this, not becoming angry, akrodham. And then there is tyaga. Ahimsa, satyam, akrodham, tyaga. So tyaga means sacrifice. Tyaga means offering. But in the first verse, there was this dhanam. That means dhanam also means offering or giving or sacrificing. So here tyaga does not mean sacrifice or offering. Here tyaga means renunciation. Renunciation. But what does renunciation mean? What is the meaning of renunciation, or what is the meaning of renunciation in the scriptures? So here Krishna is at one place in one of the verses. He is talking about what renunciation really means. We think that renunciation means retreating from this world, leading a particular way of life, staying away from the crowd, staying away either in the monastery or in the forest or in the caves, dressing in a saffron robe, eating a kind of food. But renunciation is not this. According to Bhagavad Gita, renunciation means kamyanam karmanam nyasam. Nyasam means total abandonment. Kamyanam karmanam, when you abandon all those actions which are the results of your desires. When you totally deny those actions which comes to you. We have desires. So because we have desires, those desires produces action. So when any action which are produced to you because of this desire has to be renunciated, has to be abandoned. Kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo viduhu. Kavayo means the wise man. Viduhu, know. So the wise man knows renunciation as sannyasam, means renunciation. So the wise man knows renunciation as abandonment, total abandonment of actions which are produced by your desires. Sarva karma phalatyagam prahustyagam vichakshana. Sarva karma phalastyagam, to sacrifice or to renunciate all the results of your actions. When you renunciate the results of your actions, when you don't accept them, when you don't accept the results of your action, when you surrender them to God or to the universe, you don't claim that, you don't hold on to the results of action, because always, we have this discussion or this argument. If we abandon the results of our actions, then how will we act? How will we work? Because all the works that we do are all inspired by the results. This is the result that I'm going to get, and that is why I'm working. So before the action starts, we set one desired results for that in our mind, and that is the inspiration to work. So if we do not accept those results, or if we do not desire those results, how will these karmas be? So these discussions, I think that we have to talk about it in a very separate episode about karma. What is karma? What is the secret of karma? How to do this karma? What is the definition of karma? What are the karmas that we have to do? What are the karmas we do not have to do? So these we have to talk about in a separate episode. So now we are talking about renunciation. So sarva karma phalak tyagam, prahus tyagam vichakshana. Vichakshana means the adept people, the scholars, the wise men. They say that renunciation means when you have sacrificed, or when you have denied or surrendered the results of your action to Lord, or when you have not accepted the actions of your the results of your action. So this is called renunciation. So